welcome to the video. Here is the one of the assessment which I was attended, and I gathered the questions. I just wanted to share a kind of challenges and the questions asked in that particular assessment. And it was the assessment for a Datums as a hiring process. We need to clear this assessment, and I'm not sure how much like score pass score criteria they have set up, but these are the questions I got answered in that particular like assessment. It was completely of 3 hours. It includes 5 questions and 5 coding challenges, we can say. So here I will be going through the questions, and if possible I will do a solutions video also in the future upcoming videos. So here, let's go with the one by one challenge. There are, as I said, 5 challenges, which was Kubernetes config one, first one, and the second one was Python related, and the third one was longest increasing sequence. It is let's see, and fourth one was Node.js, as well as the fifth one was Docker uh, custom Redis one. So yeah, I think the sequence here was something different, and here the sequence was something different. But this is the flow actually. Okay, so let's go one by one. Here, as a first challenge, I mentioned this, which is our Docker custom Redis. So here, the task was in the Bash script, write a program that creates a file named Dockerfile, and the contents of the Dockerfile should have the following commands. So these are the multiple commands in that Dockerfile. First, set the base image as Redis 7.0.11 and expose the port 6379, and set the redis.config file to use a custom configuration file which is named myredis.config from the current directory. And then as a third step, we need to set an environment variable which is named redis.redis.env with the value custom. And then we need to create a directory which is uh, slash data to be used as a Redis data directory. And then fifth step, we need to set up the user to run the Redis server as a Redis. And finally, we need to print the contents of the particular Docker file at the end of the task. Okay, so this is the challenge. And moving to the next challenge, which is with respect to the Python. Okay, so Python S3 get contents. So in the Python file, write a program to access the contents of the bucket coded by the challenge sandbox. This is the bucket name basically, and in there there might be a multiple files, but your program should find the file with a prefix cd cb is the prefix of the file, and then output the contents of that particular file. So you should use the auto3 module to solve this particular challenge, and you do not need any access keys to access the bucket because it is a public S3 bucket. So this post might help you with how to access the bucket. So this is the example output it should looks like. Contents of some file. It should written the what is the content of that particular file. Okay, that is the challenge of the Python one. And coming to the third challenge, which is Kubernetes challenge. So here, Kubernetes config context. So in the Bash script, you will need to modify the configuration file and provide some clusters and context to it. Use the hyphen kubeconfig flag and set it to a file named kubecustom.config. So this is the file name we need to set, and with the CLI command config, and first set 2 clusters with the set cluster. The first one should be called as development cluster. I mean, the first cluster name is development, and hyphen its service should be set to this particular. This is the service for the first cluster, and hyphen certificate dot authority should be set as the temp CA file for the development cluster. Then add the another cluster similar to one above, except it should be as should be called as staging. Earlier it is development, it is now staging, and the server should be set to this particular server, and then set two contexts. The first one should be called as dev frontend, The -n cluster should be set as development, and the namespace should be set as a front-end, and finally, -n user should be the developer. So the second context should be similar to the above one, except it should be called as dev staging. Earlier it is dev frontend, here it is dev staging, and it should be tied to the staging cluster. And finally, print the contents of that particular config file in the bash script. So that is the challenge. And moving to the fourth challenge, which is longest increasing sequence, basically LIS we can say. So here have the function longest increasing sequence array, take the array of the sensitive integers, sorry, have positive integers, which was stored in an array, ARR, and return the length of that particular longest increasing sequence, LIS. A longest increasing sequence is a subset of the original list where the numbers are in sorted order from the lowest to the highest and are increasing order. Okay, the sequence does not need to be continuous or else unique, and there can be a several different subsequences also. Let's say, for example, if array is a 4 3 5 1 6, then possible lowest, sorry, longest increasing sequence is 3 5 6, and another one was 1 6. So for this particular input, the program should return 3 as the output, because that is the longest of the, that is the length of the longest increasing sequence. Sorry. And here is one more example you can see, 9941. Here there is no like, I mean, if you consider this as a, it is in the decreasing order, right? So that is the output as one. And coming to the another input, which is 10, 12. In this particular case, if you see, if you start with the 10, this is 1, and 22, which is greater than 10, it is 2, and it is less than 1, we can remove this, and we can consider this is 3, and it is less than 33, then it is considered as 4, and it is less than, it is greater than, it is considered as 5, and it is greater than, it is greater than 6 7. So 7 will be the output for this. And moving to the next challenge, which is node.js detailed log analysis. So here the javascript file, write the program to perform a get request on the route, which is this, and then parse the raw web server logs. So each line begins with a date, with example indicating this, like what is the month, and what is the date of that particular month, and what is the timestamp, time in hours, minutes, and seconds. So this program should do the following. So these are the criteria that need to be achieved. So loop through each log entry and find the lines that contain the string. This is the string that a line should contain. Code by Heroku router. Okay, and ignore the log entries where the status is not 200. Okay, so let's say if it is not 200, that means it is not success. So if the get request was success, then only we need to get print. And the second one was, for each of these, extract the request ID, method, path, status, response time, dyno, and connect time values should be there. So group the log entries by dyno. This is the, like, we need to group with this, and calculate the following for the each dyno, and these are the things need to calculate it for each dyno. A total number of requests, and then average response time and maximum connect time. And finally, output of the results of the following format. So this is the format output should look like: total requests, average response time, and maximum connection time. So this is the task, and so these are the like five challenges, and these are the what we can say, some questions which was asked uh, in the same assessment. There will be a challenging challenges, and after solving that challenges, we need to answer this. Then we can submit the assessment. So the first question here was, imagine a developer reports that their newly deployed microservices, which was running in a Kubernetes pod, is healthy. the readiness and liveliness probes are passing, and the logs looks fine, but it cannot connect to the PostgreSQL database, which was running in a different pod within the same namespace. So, can you walk me through step by step how you would troubleshoot this particular network connectivity issue from uh, by using, from your CMD command line? What are the most likely culprits in order to in the order you would investigate them. So this is a kind of scenario troubleshooting question. And coming to the second question, tell me about the most memorable or challenging production outage you were directly involved in resolving that. I'm not interested in the simple one. I wanted to hear about one where the cause was not immediately obvious and a standard monitoring dashboards weren't helping. So, what was the user facing symptom, and what was your initial hypothesis, and how did you prove or disprove it, and what was the actual root cause, and what long-term changes did you implemented to prevent it from ever happening that in future? Okay, so it is a kind of a tricky question where I need to think about to answer, because it clearly mentioned you not mention simple like challenges that you faced. It's something else. Okay, and yeah, moving to the third question, which is a critical Linux server which was running in one of our applications is reported to be slow. So you SSH and run top command. You see the CPU usage is very low, which is under 20%, and there is a plenty of free memory available. So, however, the load average is usually unusually high. So, what does this combination of symptoms like a low CPU but still high load average, and you can see free RAM suggested to you. So, what specific command line tools would you use next to diagnose the bottlenecks, and uh, what exactly you are looking for? It is a kind of scenario question where kind of troubleshooting one. Okay, and moving to the fourth question, the question was you have a critical data pipeline, microservices. What it does was microservices write a events to a Kafka topic and consumes a service reads from that topic to write the data into our ClickHouse database. A data analyst reports that the dashboards are showing a significant drop in event volume for the last hour. So the microservice producers are reporting no errors, and the Kafka broker seems it was healthy. So, how do you debug this particular potential data loss or else a delay? Like, what is the single most important metric you would check first, and what tool would you use? It is a kind of tricky or else a difficult question. If you haven't worked on ClickHouse or Kafka, then that will be kind of difficult. Okay, and moving to the final question, where what are the what is your? It's just a kind of a generic question. Uh, what are your short-term professional goals, and how do you plan to achieve them? So it is, as I said, it is a very generic question, but still you need to prepare for that question also. Okay, so yeah, I found these questions are very helpful and most realistic in the real time also you can expect in the interviews also. Okay, so yeah, prepare well. If you are preparing, try to consider these questions also, and I will be providing these questions and entire assessment questions in this particular GitHub repository under data assessment .md file, so you can go through it, and if you want you can answer also, try answering. Okay, and if possible I will do a dedicated video with respect to the answers also. Okay, and yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and all the best for your preparation.